There is a 28 square meter apartment in central Tokyo where a family of 4 lives comfortably, with a working kitchen, a dining area, 2 sleeping spaces, and enough storage that nothing sits out on a counter or piles up in a corner. 28 square meters is smaller than most Western studio apartments, and yet nothing about the space feels cramped when you actually see it. This isn't a lucky apartment. It's the result of a set of organizational ideas that Japanese homes have refined for decades out of pure necessity, ideas that work exactly as well in a large house as they do in a small one because they solve the actual problem, wasted space, rather than just adding more storage to compensate for it. Today, we're covering 12 of them, each one practical enough to try this week. No renovation required. The first idea is vertical storage above eye level. Most homes waste the top third of every room, the space between the top of a bookshelf or cabinet and the ceiling, because it feels inaccessible. Japanese apartments use this space constantly, with slim boxes or baskets stored above closets and cabinets for items used only seasonally, holiday decorations, extra bedding, out-of-season clothing. A simple step stool solves the accessibility problem, and suddenly a third of your vertical wall space becomes usable storage instead of dead air. The second idea is the genkan, the small entryway just inside the front door where shoes are removed before entering the home. This isn't just a cultural tradition, it's a spatial strategy. By containing all outdoor footwear, dirt, and clutter in one small zone right at the entrance, the rest of the home stays clean and organized by default. You don't need a full genkan renovation. A simple shoe rack and a defined mat near your entry door creates the same effect, stopping outdoor clutter before it spreads through the house. The third idea is oshiire storage, the traditional built-in closet system with 2 deep shelves rather than hanging rod space. This matters because folded, stacked storage uses roughly 40% less volume than hanging storage for the same amount of clothing. If you have a closet dominated by a hanging rod, converting even half of it to stacked shelving with matching sized bins can dramatically increase what fits in the same footprint. The fourth idea is the use of uniform, stackable containers rather than mismatched boxes. Japanese storage systems rely heavily on identical clear or labeled bins that stack cleanly without wasted gaps between them. A shelf full of different-sized boxes wastes enormous amounts of space in the gaps between mismatched shapes. Standardizing your containers to just 2 or 3 sizes, even inexpensive ones, can increase your usable storage volume by a significant margin without adding a single new shelf. The fifth idea is multi-purpose furniture, specifically pieces that serve storage and function simultaneously. A kotatsu table with storage built into its base, a bed frame with drawers underneath, an ottoman that opens to store blankets. In small Japanese apartments, furniture is rarely allowed to serve only one purpose because every piece of floor space is treated as too valuable to dedicate to a single function. The sixth idea is the tsuriosen bar, a horizontal hanging bar mounted low across a window or in an alcove, used to hang lightweight items like bags, scarves, or seasonal decorations. This uses vertical wall space that would otherwise sit completely empty, converting a blank stretch of wall into functional storage without taking up any floor space at all. The seventh idea is drawer dividers used far more aggressively than most Western homes use them. A single kitchen drawer without dividers becomes a chaotic pile within a week, and that chaos causes people to buy duplicate items because they can't find what they already own. Simple adjustable dividers, Even cardboard or cheap plastic ones keep every item visible and accessible, which means drawers hold significantly more usable capacity because nothing gets lost or crushed at the bottom. The eighth idea is undershelf hanging baskets. Small wire baskets that clip beneath an existing shelf to create an entirely new storage layer using space that would otherwise sit empty above whatever's already on that shelf. In a kitchen or pantry, this can add 30% more usable storage without installing a single new shelf. The ninth idea is the futon and away storage system, where sleeping items are stored during the day rather than left out. A futon folded and placed in an oshiire closet each morning frees an entire room for other uses during waking hours. A bedroom becomes a living room, a study, or a play space. This principle extends beyond bedding. Any item used only at specific times of day benefits from a defined storage and retrieval routine rather than permanent floor presence. The 10th idea is corner-specific storage units. Furniture designed explicitly for the shape of a room's corner rather than generic rectangular shelving pushed awkwardly into that space. Corners are consistently the most wasted area in any room because standard furniture doesn't fit them efficiently. A shelf or cabinet built specifically for a 90-degree corner captures storage volume that would otherwise remain permanently empty. The 11th idea is transparent or clearly labeled storage for anything not used daily. When storage is opaque and unlabeled, people tend to forget what's inside it, which leads to buying duplicates and slowly filling every remaining space with items whose contents nobody can identify without opening every box. Clear bins or simple labels solve this permanently, keeping storage functional rather than becoming a graveyard of forgotten items. The 12th and final idea is the one-in, one-out principle applied specifically to storage containers themselves, not just individual items. When a storage bin is full, the response isn't to buy another bin. It's to evaluate what's inside the existing one first. This single rule prevents the slow and visible growth of storage volume that eventually consumes an entire closet, garage, or spare room, because the constraint of a fixed number of containers forces regular reassessment of what's actually worth keeping. As you've seen, saving space doesn't require a bigger home or an expensive renovation. It requires using the space you already have more intelligently. Use your vertical space above eye level. Contain entry clutter with a genkan-style zone. Switch to stacked oshiire-style storage. Standardize your containers. Choose multi-purpose furniture. Add a hanging bar to empty wall space. Use aggressive drawer dividers. Add undershelf baskets. Store away items not in daily use. Fit furniture specifically to your corners. Keep storage transparent or labeled. And apply one-in, one-out to your containers themselves. None of these require more square footage. They require treating the square footage you already have as fully usable, not just the parts that are easy to reach. If this changed the way you think about your own home, please like this video and subscribe so we can continue unlocking this kind of practical Japanese wisdom together. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 12 ideas are you going to try first this week? Leave it in the comments below. Until the next video.